All right, what is this? All right, Ed Cruz, last lesson, episode number 67, okay? And this time we're gonna change gears. I've been talking about a little about spirituality, life, and so forth. We're gonna change gears and talk a little bit about SLT Talk. You're probably like, oh, come on, let's do some wingchun, stop talking about all this other stuff. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. When, you know, I run exactly how I want to do things, I can do whatever the fuck I want. All right, that's the beauty of it. So eventually when you get to that point, do what you can and do what you want. It's the best way of living. So let's talk a little bit about detail and go into SLT Talk. In a form, when we first think of a form, we think of a set pattern. And it actually is a hollow meaning, right? So when I liken it to the point, like when you learn the alphabets, okay? The alphabets is designed like, you know, you need alphabets to understand what letters are, and then you need letters to understand words. You need words to create phrases. We need phrases, sentences to phrases, phrases to paragraphs, paragraphs to a story, and then eventually to a book, yada, 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 okay? So, but if we break down the pattern first, when we learn a set pattern, like learning the letter A, right? The goal, those are the end result of the goal, right? As far as learning how to do a letter in a perfect form and stuff like that. The end result though, the beginning result, actually one of the most important results when you're a little kid learning how to do that at the very beginning, holding it like a tart, like this, but then eventually you learn how to control it, is that simple fact. Control, 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 right? At the end of the day, your A, no one's A or B, C, D, E, F, alphabets, looks exactly how it should be. But the question is, can you control that pen, right? Can you control that pencil? Now it's a lot of typing and stuff like that because of the iPad and stuff like that. But the bottom line is, do you have control, right? Can you actually control this? So when you look at SLT Talk in the very beginning, it's just memorization. Okay, okay, doing the motions. Okay, it's not, can I do this motion? Okay, did I memorize it and so forth? Ultimately, it is a question of three structures of the body, legs, and arms. Can you control that? Not only can you control it individually, but can you control them, all three structures, to sync with each other and basically move to move, stop to stop. Okay, that's literally what you're looking for when you do the form. Okay, so the sections in the form, and I've talked about this before, have different meanings, different purposes to it, but ultimately encompasses the idea of basically control. We look at the first section of the form where we're going slow. Okay, why are we doing this? Because, you know, in this day and age of TikTok, there is nothing that is done that long anymore. I mean, seriously, I see, you know, back in the day with Food Network, you know, they would take a 30-minute show. Oh, you cut the food like this, you prep it, and now that same video of how to make food is TikTok into 30 seconds, you know, chop, cook, don't even explain anything. You see the pictures, mix, do, bam, hit, eat, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's fine. That's just the pace that the society has moved to as far as that is concerned. But to understand the value of why you go slow, okay, is very important. One, the first section is basically the functioning of Tan Wu Fuk, right? Tan Wu Fuk. Tan Sao, Wu Sao, Fuk Sao. And what you're learning by going slow is actually control, right? Control of the muscles, control of the arm in the beginning, control and feel of how to actually hold the structure of those techniques. Tan Wu Fuk is the mother motions of everything that we do, right? All the families are based off Tan, thumb side, Wu Sao, pinky side, Fuk Sao, palm side, right? Everything is based off that. So actually going slow requires the control of actually feeling, being aware how to do everything, not just from one side, two sides eventually, forming that triangle and the structure to hold it, right? A lot of people say, oh, you kick, boom. Kicking fast, you know, you can get away with stuff going fast. If you have to go slow, 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 side kick, control, and then bring it all the way back, that requires more work, right? That requires more work. So the slowness, right, has that control level, the awareness level, the feel level that you need to do when you're working in the first section. So don't go slow for the sake of going slow. You eventually, I know there's more detail involved with that, but you got to know exactly why you're going slow in the first section. Second section, when we jump into the SLT Talk section, when you're seeing, you know, what are we doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, 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 and so forth. 2 hands, right? I'm asking you at this particular time, juggle. Juggle with 2 hands. Juggle this way, juggle behind, juggle front and back, back and side, up and down, forward. I'm asking you to juggle your 2 hands in every possible direction that you can do. And keep it even, right? Keep it even. So you don't want to put more emphasis. Why is that important? So for something, example, or double punch, right? Double punch. More in pock, less in punch. Oh, shoot. Less in punch, more less in pock, more in punch. Maybe. But to be able to control it evenly, once you can control it evenly, you can adjust the weight from that point on. So that's the level of control, once again, of using 2 sides equally, right? Which is very paramount in how we actually do everything in Wing Chun. 2 hands, every angle possible, front, back, side, evenly, okay? Then eventually we get to the third section. Third section, right? You start seeing motions that go from side to side, side going forward, up, down, going forward, right? High to low, going forward. All right, so in other words, the usage of that is basically in the 2-hand formation of the second section, 2 hands going in every direction. Here we realize that we can go from cow sound this way, outside jet this way, forward, right? Or up, down, up, circle, forward, high, low, forward, and so forth. So you're noticing that different patterns generate different powers to get from up, down, low, right, left, right, and so forth to the target, okay? And that's exactly what you're developing when you're working in the third section. And notice I stay on my sides, right, in the third section. I don't cross over from one side to another, to so forth. Left side stays left, right side stays left, right side stays right, and then even at the ending with the 2 side, I'm not crossed over. I stay on my side here, getting the development of the 2 hands, and then I finish out the first form. Ultimately, if you look at all the 3 sections, right, it is about learning how to control all the 3 structures in sync with one another. The first section, being the most valuable, is the hand techniques of gungfu that you can see in second section and third section as well. Once you learn how to hold that, to move that, and to use, not to use unnecessary muscle, and to develop the actual structure, then you'll really reap the benefits of SLT Talk. Now, in this tick-tocky age that we're at, where doing a form for 15 minutes is probably outrageous, 30 minutes is unthinkable, and 45 minutes is impossible, right? The reason we do it, there's a reason and a rhyme to doing this. You cannot bypass the time involved. Although I do say that if you can only spare 5 minutes to practice, then spare 5 minutes to practice. Some better than none, okay? But in the end, know the results, that when someone's up here and you're down there, ask yourself, what did he do that you haven't done? And then the form, overall, you'll see, is the value in it. Why would someone spend this much time doing this, standing in place? There's got to be a reason for that, all right?